In this assignment, you are going to learn how to insert links into Google Slides. So for our assignment, we're going to go ahead and we want to have a blank first slide. So this one is the default first slide. But if we go to click on our slide over here on the side, go to layout, we're going to just go to blank. And now our slide is blank. There's no titles or subtitles on it. And let's go ahead and we're going to just duplicate this so we can right click on our slide and then go to duplicate slide. We're going to do that until we have 5 slides. So now that I have 5 slides, let's go back to slide number 1 and we're going to insert our first link. So you can link many different things on slides. You could type something. So if I were to type something, I could start with a text box and let me say I was going to link to typingtest.com. So if I wanted to link this, I would highlight it, and then up on my toolbar, there's the insert link. There's also a shortcut that you can use, Control-K. But I'm going to click that, and then it basically says search or paste a link. So I would type in typingtest.com and then apply. And now you'll see it changed colors, and now it's underlined. But if I go and click on that link now, it shows me an option to click on the website and it brings me to typingtest.com. So that's one way, is by having text. Let's go ahead and delete that. I'm going to show you, we can also use images as well. So let's add a shape, and I'm going to add a smiley face, and we'll give it a background color. And now I'm going to click on this and I want to add a link from this. So again, I'm going to type in typingtest.com, click apply. And now if I were to click on this smiley face, it brings up the link for Typing Test, and again, it brings me to Typing Test. So you can do more than just text to send a link to, you can do other things. So what we're going to do is I'm going to show you how to link from one slide to another slide. So if you want to use the smiley face, you can, but let's go ahead and pick, I'll start over from the beginning. Let's pick any shape that you want. So let's go ahead and find a shape on here. And this time I'm going to go with the lightning. And you can go ahead and add some color to your lightning. Maybe I'll do some custom where it fades from yellow to black, and click OK. And now, again, I'm going to click on this, and then you can go up to link, or you can also do Control-K on your keyboard. And now we need to decide where we want this to go. And you have a couple options here. It says you can search or paste the link. You can also do next slide or slide number 1. So what I am going to do is type in slide number 5 and then click on slide 5. Now when I click on this link, it's going to bring me all the way to slide 5, which right now is empty. So on slide 5, let's go ahead and let's insert another shape. I'll go with the sun, and with the sun, I guess I'll go with traditional yellow, but maybe I will create a border that is black and a little bit thicker. So now let's go ahead and link this slide, and let's have this one go to slide number 3. So I type in slide 3 and I click on it, and now when I click on the sun, it'll bring me to slide 3. So if I start at the beginning, I click on the lightning to get me to slide 5. I click on the sun to get me to slide 3. Slide 3 is empty. So now let's add something else. So instead of inserting a shape, let's go ahead and insert an image. So we're going to search the web. Now I just search for clip art. Clip art is usually pretty good because normally it does not have a background. If you insert an image that has a background, that background will go with the image. So I'm just going to go ahead and I will click on this graduate, and then I can put them in the center of my slide and resize. Okay, so with this one, let's go ahead and let's add that link again. So the link was Control K, or you can click on this, and we're gonna have this bring us to slide number 2. And then you can click apply or click on slide 2. And now when I click on this graduate, it'll bring me to slide number 2. On slide number 2, let's go ahead and insert some word art. And I'm just going to type click here. And then again, let's go ahead and you can make it whatever color you want. You can, if you want to do multicolor, you can. For me, I'm going to go with, we'll go with green and pink. And again, we can add a link to this. So maybe I'm going to also make my lines a little bit thicker on it as well. That's too thick. Let's go with 4. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and click another link, and this one's going to bring me to slide 4, which is our last slide that does not have anything on it. So clicking on this will bring me to slide number 4. And now that I'm at slide number 4, let's add one more image. So you can search the web for any type of image that you want. I'll go with this butterfly. And the last thing we're going to do is we are going to have this image bring us to Schoology. So I'm going to click on the image, insert the link, and the link or the URL for our Schoology is wmaes.schoology.com, and then click apply. So now when I click on this butterfly, it will bring me to Schoology. So now starting from the beginning, if I click back on my first one and I go to present, when I click on the lightning, it'll bring me to the sun, then to the graduate, then to click here, and then it will bring me to Schoology. So we have one more thing that we're going to do, because if I go back to the beginning of my slide, so you'll see if I put my cursor over the lightning, it turns to the hand. That means that it has been linked to something else. But everywhere else is just the pointer. But if I click here, it brings me to this slide that says click here, which is slide number 2. So we don't want our slides to advance unless they click on our button that we created. And I'm going to show you how to do that. So the first thing we need to do is we're going to get a shape, and I'm going to go ahead and use a rectangle, and that's what I would recommend. We're going to stretch this rectangle over the whole slide. And then let's pick a color. So I'll just pick this blue. And you'll notice you can't see that lightning. We need to order this to the back. So while we're clicked on our huge rectangle, let's go to order, send to back. And now we can see our lightning. We also, while we're clicked on our big rectangle, we need to link this to the slide that it is. So that might be kind of confusing, but let me show you. I'm going to go to insert link. And now I'm going to type in slide 1. And if you can't reach this, you can always adjust your rectangle for right now so that it allows you to click on slide number 1. And let me show you what happens now when I have it set like this. So I'm going to go ahead and drag it back to the bottom. I'm going to go to present. Now if I click, you'll notice my cursor is now the hand for the whole thing. If I click anywhere on this slide, it keeps me here. So it doesn't let me go to the next slide unless I click on the lightning, and then it will bring me to my next slide. So what we're going to do is add that background to all of our slides, and I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, so here's my finished product. Let me go back up to my first slide. So if I'm not in the presentation mode, I can click on the slide, and this is my background. And let me make this a little bit smaller so you can see it. But basically, if I were to drag this up here, it would show you that this is going to redirect me to slide number 1, and this was going to bring me to slide number 5. So you just need to make sure you have that background that keeps you on that same slide. So that's slide 1, slide 2, 3, 4, and 5. But now when I go to present, you'll see, well, let me get back to my first slide first. Okay. Now this is what you're going to want to do to test to see if you did it right. So if I click anywhere on the slide, it keeps me there. If I click on my lightning, it's going to bring me to whatever slide I asked it to. Clicking anywhere on the slide keeps me here. If except for the sun will advance me to the next slide. Same thing, the background keeps me here. My image brings me to the next one. If I click here, then it will advance me to my final slide. If I click anywhere, it keeps me here. If I click on my butterfly, then it will bring me to Schoology. So if your presentation looks like this, you may go ahead and turn it in.